A Catholic group recently took part in an initiative calling for the protection of all humanitarian workers. EWTN Vatican News correspondent Valentina Di Donato has more.
Nearly 128 humanitarian workers have been killed so far in 2025 while carrying out their work in war zones across the globe, an increase from last year. To honor those who have fallen and defend those who are still alive, Caritas Internationalis, the humanitarian action arm of the Catholic Church, has just launched an appeal in the defense of aid workers.
Even we have cases when, for example, different armed groups are just going through the front line, getting into some village near the front line, putting the gun to the head of the elderly person and saying, please call to volunteers asking to come to do an evacuation. And they do such a things. And when the volunteers with their transport are coming to evacuate this person, they were captured, they were killed, the transport were taken.
Speaking about the war between Ukraine and Russia, Hehori Seleshkuk says that much of what is driving these increased casualties is due to what he calls the war economy.
Both countries are producing more and more advanced weapons, and right now this is different types of drones. We have so many types of them that you cannot even imagine this. And now the drones from Russian Federation are going further, are becoming quicker and bringing more explosions.
Pope Leo XIV recently said at the Relief of the Eastern Church's meetings that it is disheartening to see that the force of international and humanitarian law no longer seems to be binding, replaced by the presumed right to coerce others by force. Victor Janina, director of Integral Human Development for Caritas Internationalis, says that the lack of respect for international humanitarian institutions and laws is a crisis that must be dealt with.
Yes, we need a lot of prayer, but we need also a lot of advocacy actions to put pressure on states that do not want to respect international humanitarian law and humanitarian workers, and especially civilian populations. Please help us to tell them that we cannot let this to continue happening in total impunity. We need to stop this for the well-being of all of us, believers and non-believers.
Humanitarian work in places of conflict is meant to help people rebuild and become resilient. But according to Hehori, it is also a witness to the faith.
For me, it was a question, do I trust God? Or I try to to avoid the mission and the call that I'm in, which is before me. Definitely at that moment, I understood that I need to stand with my people. I need to help to organize assistance of Caritas the way it was done.
In Rome, Valentina Di Donato for EWTN News Nightly.